Hello and welcome. All right, I think we've got everything set up. It is just a touch late for the Teacher Starting Fires Teacher Empowerment Summit Day 1 video for me. You've had access to the videos for a little bit. We're going to give it just a second. Hopefully, everybody that was going to join has already. And as always, technology is interesting and exciting. And something we've done a dozen times did not quite work right. So we're going to encode this video little bit different, and you'll be able to see it on the website in just a second. And then I also have Facebook right over there. So if you're on the Teacher Starting Fires Facebook group, you can be watching that live video right there as well. But my name is Jesse. I am from Teachers Starting Fires, which is the group that put together this Teacher Empowerment Summit. And I want to first welcome the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of teachers that we actually had sign up, who are all over the country and actually all over the world as well. I know we have at least one teacher who's an American teacher, I believe, teaching English over in Kyrgyzstan currently. So that is exciting for us as well. And I want to say welcome to everybody. Today, for this video, I'm going to just kind of go through a little bit of what that summit's going to look like. I'm going to talk about the speakers that you have for day one as well, because they are really incredible speakers. And I love the topic for today, which we're starting with self. And I'm going to talk just a little bit about Teachers Starting Fires and how we got this summit together and what it's going to look like over the next 3 days. Hopefully, you've been reading some of those emails, but this is day one. It is a weekend event. So if you have registered for it's free registration. So if you are in and watching these videos, you have today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all 3 days. Each day, you are going to have access from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. for the speakers. Today we have 6 speakers, and the next 2 days we have, I believe, slightly more, maybe 9, 8, somewhere in there each day as well. So each day you'll have access for those 12 hours throughout the entire workday and into the evening to watch as many videos as you want. Just like a real teaching summit or a conference, if you go there, obviously we have some time frame and you have that much time to watch all of the speakers in any order you want. And unlike most teaching seminars, you can also do it at home in your pajamas with some wine or a beer if you want to as well, which is absolutely a nice touch to a virtual PD as well. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit about Teachers Starting Fires, where this summit came from. Like I said, we do have hundreds of teachers from all over the country and world here. And the videos you're going to see are also teaching experts, a lot of them still active teachers, many of them current principals. We also have consultants who travel all over the world and help national and international education groups make sure that teachers are serving their students and that schools are serving their teachers. And I've been able to interview all of them over the last couple months and put together this summit. The quick version, so my name again is Jesse, and Austin is my kind of co-founder of Teachers Starting Fires. He's often the man behind the camera or behind the scenes. He is going to be on both the Facebook and watching a couple of the other chats as well. I know there's a chat option as well for the live video that we've got going on for the summit. So if you are watching this on Facebook or you're watching it on kind of our embedded YouTube through the member area as well, or through your email link, you should be able to comment, interact with Austin, and throw some questions in there as well. And if he doesn't pass them along or I don't get to him in the video, then if I don't answer them in this video, see jesse at tsfires.com, and we can answer email as well. Hopefully the emails we've been sending out have been useful. All right, so Teacher Empowerment Summit, where did it come from? What is it? What's going on, right? The basics, I mean, if you read through the page, you know, the Teacher Empowerment Summit is a 3-day online virtual summit, and the whole focus, it is about 18 hours of credit, of continuing education if you go through all of the videos and watch it. And for me as a teacher, I have been through quite a few PDs, just like I'm sure hundreds and hundreds of you have as well. If you've been in the game for, I mean, any time at all, many of you probably 20, 30 years, you are very aware that many of our professional developments are maybe not fully engaging. And the other big thing I've always noticed is that so often they focus only on how can we serve the student, how can we serve the student, and they often fail to address the fact that teachers are burning out, quitting, retiring early, basically just leaving the profession, which is an incredible profession, in record numbers. And there's a huge number of reasons for that. But one of the reasons that I thought we could actually address at Teachers Starting Fires is by offering a PD, offering this 18 hours of content that is focused on helping teachers really gain control of themselves, of their own mindset, of their own body and their life, and kind of taking back their own feeling of passion and joy in the classroom. And I think we've all had these moments as teachers where you just love the profession, where you are amazed at what you can do, where you're amazed at the way that you can change somebody's life forever, whether it's a student reaching out or even just, younger students or older students that you see that you've made an impact on. And you might never actually hear from them. They might not even be aware of what you've done, but you know that you've made lives better, that you've changed them, you've changed their life, you've changed life for their family and for society. It's this incredible opportunity to do that that not a lot of other jobs offer. And yet it also can be stressful and frustrating and feel like you're a hamster in a wheel going nowhere forever. And Austin and I, we both have different backgrounds, but in experiential kind of outdoor education, and Austin in international education as well as Peace Corps. And for a few years, we worked together running an indoor adventure center that focused on making kind of summer camp activities accessible to students from all sorts of schools, from rich schools and refugee schools and at-risk schools. It was out in Denver, Colorado, is where the center was. That's where I still am as well. And I love the outdoors. I spent my childhood there, and I love bringing students out there. But I also loved the classroom, and I loved working there, and I loved having impact, but all the time I felt that what we were doing, what I was doing in the classroom, sometimes was not as impactful as just an hour or two of rock climbing or of archery or of crafts around a table. And I also was amazed to see how many teachers were constantly feeling just burned out and worn down. And it is a hard schedule and it's hard work. But I knew there were so many things from what we had taught our staff, even at the Adventure Center, and from what we had learned ourselves over the years in that outdoor adventure education that we could bring into the classroom. And talking to these 20 experts from all over the world, the same kind of core ideas were reinforced over and over and over in a ton of different ways, as well as like hundreds of new ideas that I had never heard before that I can't wait to apply, and I can't wait for all of you to apply as well. So, Austin and I, we worked at the Adventure Center. We went out into the world afterwards after a couple years, and we met back up about a year later. I'd gone back to an at-risk high school as an instructional coach, teaching math and science and helping other teachers as well. And it seemed like no matter what I was doing there, it was never going to have an impact past the 14 or so teachers in that school. And I went down to Panama, where Austin was on a Peace Corps assignment building curricula down there, for I think the Smithsonian Research Institute. And we went out and we were actually in a rooftop bar in downtown Panama City, and kind of just talking about this, about how hard the profession can be, and how we wanted to be able to help more teachers feel that same sense of kind of amazing joy and calm and collectedness, and not feeling stressed out and like you're dying all the time as a teacher. um, and so we kind of started putting together a framework, and that night is when we decided to make Teachers Starting Fires. We didn't have an exact idea for it, but after a couple of years of working on this, we're incredibly excited to be able to bring to all of you this summit. Now, all right, so that is enough about Teachers Starting Fires. You can learn a little bit more on our Facebook group, Teachers Starting Fires. We also have a discussion group where we try to, interact a little bit more, as well as start actual conversations about experiential and adventure education. But today, day one for the summit, our summit is broken into 3 days based on, and we've got our amazing high-tech graphic because it's a live video, but the adventure triad, or the experiential, or the expedition triad. Basically, anytime you go out into the wilderness, which, let's face it, that is what a classroom is sometimes, right? As we go out into the wilderness, or as we go out into any adventure, which is every day in the classroom, you only ever have three things with yourself. And that is yourself, your team, and your resources as well. So we have broken our 3 days down into self, team, and resources for teachers. Day one is all about the self, because if you do not have yourself together, if you cannot take care of yourself, if you are not taking care of yourself for whatever reason, then you can't possibly be leading your team, and you can't possibly be managing your resources. So your number one item to take care of is yourself. And there is a little bit of a framework for Teachers Starting Fires about how we do that. The ideas you're going to see from all of our speakers today. I'm going to go through the list quickly. You can watch them, I believe, in any order. But the speakers that we have coming up, we have, and every single one of them I'm excited. For 2 months, I was interviewing. Um, excellent. Oh, Apparently, the screen flips backwards on Facebook, getting a little note in there. But team, self, and resources, absolutely. So the speakers that we have, basically each one of them, we were either in touch with them or knew them beforehand. And Austin and I were excited. We already knew a lot of their ideas, had read their books, and we were reaching out to them. And yet, every single time I did an interview, I was just amazed at what I took away from it, at the little tips and tricks that they had, as well as the larger framework and ideas that they shared. So the people that we're sharing today, Daniel Bauer, who is from Better Leaders, Better Schools. He is a success and professional development coach for principals all over the world. I I don't remember the number now, but it is I think it's the six continents other than Antarctica. But he has teachers all over the world. You can find out the exact details in the video, of course, when he talks about it. But he runs these professional coaching groups with principals, and his conversation, his interview is all about his idea of controlling the weather in your own classroom and how to basically be your weatherman, your weatherwoman, your weather person, and control what's going on in the classroom. He also shares a lot in this video. The neat part is these are 30 to 60-minute interviews depending on the speaker, and within that time frame, they often get they share their core idea, and then they often share a lot of other amazing ideas that we hadn't even planned on them sharing, which is a really great resource. But he also talks a little bit about journaling, about some of the things that you can do to kind of build up your own kind of self coach yourself to a higher level of performance, to a higher level of focus and performance and ability. We also have today Lisa Flynn from Yoga for Classrooms, as well as Childlight Yoga. She actually runs a company that teaches many trainers to go out and teach students and classrooms and teachers how to do yoga. She shares a lot about mindfulness and breathing techniques. She shares a little bit about her yoga program and what to do in classroom. But again, this is what I love about this program, about this summit, is that it is not just here are some more things that you can try to do for your students. It's going to take some more time out of your day. You're going to feel more stressed, but at least your students might succeed a little bit more, right? The amazing part of all of these is that they're focused specifically on what you can do as a teacher. And that's what, basically what you can do as a teacher for yourself to get yourself in a place where you can serve your students the best. But that's through a place where you feel empowered, where you feel happy, where you feel centered and calm and not stressed out and not overwhelmed all the time. And not like you're basically, as we say often, like a teacher should not have to be a martyr for the profession. It's an incredible profession, and it should not consume you to be part of it. All right, so Lisa Flynn, she shares a lot about her yoga for classroom program as well as mindfulness in the classroom. We also have Kim Strobel, who runs an educational consulting company. And the neatest, I think the most unique part about this interview is she's also a certified happiness coach, which it turns out is a thing, and a thing that's actually very usable. And she has this 8-step program she walks you through that is repeatable. It's part of, we do different pieces of it, but it was really amazing for me to hear these exact 8 steps that you can basically learn, even if you start one at a time. But if you do these 8 things a day, scientifically, your happiness increases, which is the neat part. Again, being educators, a lot of these people, almost all of them, back up everything in this really thorough research that they can share on their websites or that they talk about in their interview as well. So we've got Kim Strobel, the happiness coach. We also have somebody who was very fun. She also has a website and a theme and a slogan very similar to us. She is from the Burned In teacher, or from Burned In Teaching, and it's Amber Harper is her name. She's pretty amazing as well. I love her message. I loved interviewing her, and I love the message overall of instead of becoming a burned out teacher, she helps you find your passion. And just like us using Teachers Starting Fires, which is half helping you find your passion and reignite it, reigniting the spark in children, reigniting the spark in learning, and then also our literal side of using outdoor and adventure education to literally light fires. But she uses it for that metaphorical, getting you to find your passion, and instead of burning out and kind of withering away as a teacher, is she says she lights teachers on fire just like we do. But that is Amber Harper with Burned In Teaching. We also have Kevin Lightman from Academic Mindset. He uses a fully developed mindset system that was originally used for Olympic level athletes, and he has modified it into this academic mindset program that he also teaches to teachers and to students and to schools. But the amazing part was, and I loved this interview, as he talks about certain experiences he had, and then he breaks down basically what originally he would have thought and the way that he now reacts. And it's tied again into that mindfulness and creating intention in your life. and using these simple kind of repeated processes in order to build up a mindset that gives you a lot more resilience, a lot more grit, which is another huge buzzword right now, but is a valuable human skill, right? And then finally, today, to build up yourself, we also have Ambrose WB from Miss Bipo, it's a tricky one, MISPIBO Fitness. But we have Ambrose WB, who's a fitness coach that focuses on teachers and helping them make sure that they have a health and work balance, which, we always say work-life balance, but a lot of times part of that life that we maybe forget to focus on a little bit is also that the fact that we need our health as part of that life there. All right. So that is today. That's a little bit about teachers starting fires as well. This is day one of the summit. Tomorrow, as well as Sunday, I will also have another kind of welcome to the day. I'll break down some of the speakers, what they're talking about, hopefully get you pumped up a little bit for the incredible amount of content that we have as well. If you haven't, and if you want to, or you get to today even, I know basically each time I watched a video, or made the video, interviewed it, or was watching it later, just every single time I saw something pop out at me that I thought was just wonderful, that I thought was something I could not wait to share. And then I couldn't wait to get out to all of you. So hopefully you can get everything that you need out of these videos. If you see even one video where you're like, wow, like that is absolutely worth owning all year long. You will see buttons throughout the page as well that let you get one of those VIP access passes that gives you year-long access, which is something you don't get at a normal summit. Even if you go to every single session and they're all incredible, you just get them that one time at an in-person summit. Plus, you have to wear teacher clothes instead of your PJs with a beer, right? So that is the amazing part of an online summit. Austin and I are incredibly excited to be able to share what we've got going on for you. I know if sounded like if getting a little bit more information about how to be basically fit and healthy and mindful in your classroom and not have that same like stress reaction that we all kind of these negative cycles that we create, if all of those are things that you would like to build into your own practice, then please go watch these videos. Hopefully this can be an amazing resource for you. I know making the videos was pretty incredible for Austin and myself, and I'm very excited to share that with you. Also, just watch for your emails throughout the summit. You will be getting occasionally maybe special offers, but I know that throughout the summit you will also be getting updates. If we have to change a live video broadcast time, which I know tomorrow we might be going a little bit earlier as well, or indicate for you, so do look for those emails as well. So with no further ado, this I have been, and still am, I suppose, Jesse from Teachers Starting Fires. Austin has been helping at the question channel as well. I am going to, before I get out of here, I'm going to double check, just see if there's anything super important. All right. Cool. It looks like we've got everything going on. The video is going to be up in the pages and we should be in good shape. Otherwise, have a wonderful summit. Welcome to the Teacher Empowerment Summit. I can't wait to share everything with you, and have a great day. Also, just like every live video, now is the time when we have like an awkward pause at the end as we close it down. Excellent. See y'all tomorrow and enjoy the summit.